just hit the Sylveon. Actually, all you have to do is hit Sylveon. Okay, today we're going to be using the Stonjourner team that got top 16 at the Orlando Regional Championship and seeing how it performs with very strong combinations like Armor Rouge Entity and Flutter Mane. Let's see how it goes. This team features Psyspam with Stonjourner, Entity Armor Rouge for Trick Room with Iron Hands that covers Dark, Rock, and Water types alongside Fake Out support, while Brute Banette gives a Ghost type and Ground Resist with Spore utility. Stonjourner powers up its allies' attacks with its ability Power Spot, which is great for Armor Rouge under Psychic Terrain, and Life Orb Flutter Mane, making it stronger than Choice Spec's damage output. It also helps deal good damage to Volcarona and Arcanine that Entity and Armor Rouge don't like handling. Armor Rouge with Entity or Iron Hands is a solid lead, or going with the Flutter Mane Entity or Stonjourner for redirection or strong damage output immediately is fantastic. The main goals are to sweep in Trick Room or do enough to where you clean up in the endgame with a Pokemon advantage or fast Flutter Mane. If you would like to check out the creator or the details of the team, they will be linked down below. Maushold, Annihilate, Gyarados, Amoonguss, Great Tusk, and the Roaring Moon. Alright, so Annihilate plus Maushold isn't too bad. Of course, it depends on if the Maushold has Population Bomb, because that's actually a pretty big factor. If I lead Entity plus the Armor Rouge, it's good against the Annihilate plus Maushold lead, but it's not great against the Roaring Moon combination, especially if it's something with like Great Tusk. So I got to figure out what I exactly want to lead here. I don't think that there's quite a few ways I could approach this. I do kind of like the Armor Rouge lead here is okay, I think, for the most part. Maybe with the... oh man, if I lead the hands here, not great, because the Great Tusk is a little bit problematic. I guess I do have Terra Grass at the worst case, so you know what, I will try out the Entity Armor Rouge combination. And in the back, do I even like Iron Hands? It does okay, right? There's a Gyarados, but I don't think it's necessary. I actually just really like if it's not like a Terra Dark, which I would imagine is probably on the Amoonguss, but they might Terra the Roaring Moon. I like the idea of just going for the Expanding Force with Stonjourner, because that's definitely a possibility I could go for. So let's try it out. Not 100% sure if it is going to be the right play. I gotta figure out how to get this Trick Room up and then how to sweep under the Trick Room, because I only have 4 turns to sweep under Trick Room. So that is going to be a really big key factor, and either I'll be able to already have weakened my opponent's Pokemon, or will I get swept in the reverse. But we're going to see Annihilate plus Maushold, which is perfect because Entity Armor Rouge is fantastic here as a lead here. All right, awesome. So this is Population Bomb Maushold. It's going to knock out my Entity, but at least I prevent a self beat up setup from the Maushold Annihilate Rage Fist combination. So we're going to go for the Trick Room. It's very safe here, and we're just going to go for a Follow Me. We definitely want to deny anything that a beat up could come out. We're going to see a Terra come out, which makes a lot of sense. This is probably Terra Fire. Like if I went straight for the Expanding Force, you would be in a lot of trouble. So we're going to see the Terra Fire immediately. Yep. Terra Fire is not too surprising. Stonjourner looks pretty good as a switch. I could also just Psychic plus Expanding Force the next turn. I got quite a few options. So we are going to go for Follow Me with the Entity here, as we're going to see the Taunt come out from the Maushold, which makes a lot of sense here. And we're going to see Drain Punch, Bulk Up. Okay. The Bulk Up going to come out here. Not too surprising. I do like... there are quite a few things I could go for here. I get to trick him off. Rage Fist is still 50 base power. Stonjourner looks good to me here in a Terra. Maybe a Terra Grass right here. And I kind of like that idea. I think I'm going to go for it, actually. The reason I'm going to go for the Terra right here is because I don't want to take the Rage Fist, which I don't think you're going to go for. Well, you could go for it here. I think you're just going to double protect here, and I think my best play to counteract that is just Stonjourner plus Expanding Force. I think both is a double protect here to sell out turn of Trick Room, and the way I get Stonjourner is I can pressure with Rock Slide alongside Expanding Force with the Power Spot boost, and I think that's really ideal here. So let's see if that's going to be the case. We're going to get the Terra off. Sure, I could go for Psychic plus Expanding Force in the Maushold, but I kind of like having the Entity healthy, because if I'm able to keep Entity around, I'm going to be able to get another Trick Room up later in the game potentially, which I think is still really nice. And I think this is a perfect time to bring out the Stonjourner and go for Rock Slide in case they try to pivot. But no pivots, actually. Just Expanding Force is going to come out and do so much damage. Not a knockout, though, because these Pokemon are pretty decently bulky here. We are going to see a Citrus Berry from the Maushold, not too surprising. and we're going to see the Rage Fist come out. But I did Terra. This is still plus 100 base power, so it's still doing a decent amount. Yeah, a decent amount, but not a KO. And they went for the beat up. So now it's powered up with the Annihilate, but you're still taking a lot of damage from the Expanding Force plus Rock Slide combination right here. And if the Annihilate is decently fast, which I'd imagine so, Stonjourner, we are max speed, but I don't think the Annihilate... I think the Annihilate should probably outspeed me here. I'd be very surprised if it doesn't. But yeah, we're going to go for an Expanding Force here into the Annihilate, and we're just going to go for a Rock Slide. Really no reason not to. If they go for Drain Punch, they're taking too much damage. And yeah, if they go for Protects, then that's okay, right? Because I still have 2 more turns of Trick Room. And okay, looks like they're going to try to get a free switch. This could be Iron Hands, I suppose. But they have to be like min speed Iron Hands to underspeed my Armor, because this Armor is actually min speed here. So goodbye to Mouse Hold. Nice. And Rock Slide gonna come out, and that is gonna fail. I do have a Focus Sash on Stonjourner, and again, the Armor is min speed on this team. So I felt very comfortable with this position. Leftovers. But one of the also big parts about this matchup is because of the fact that there's no Friend Guard, Expanding Force might just knock out the Annihilate right here. Amoonguss. But you can't Terra Grass. You can go for Pollen Puff. I don't think that knocks out Armarouge at 80 HP. Maybe it does, but I think I'd rather risk it here. So I'm just going to go for an Expanding Force here and just click a Rock Slide here. Let's see if Pollen Puff's enough right here. They can't go for Terra Dark. Sludge Bomb, I guess. Clear Smoke's definitely not KOing. So let's see. Pollen Puff is going to come out. I don't think this knocks out Armarouge. Yeah, it doesn't. It's a little bit closer than I thought, but still able to tank it. And Expanding Force with the Power Spot boost is able to KO the Amoonguss. It doesn't KO the Annihilate, but the Rock Slide should finish it off right there. That leftover is coming in clutch for my opponent. Actually, it is faster. It does go for the Drain Punch. Okay. Will heal back quite a bit, but I do get a Rock Slide off. So yeah, I think Rock Slide should be enough to pick up the KO at that range. And I do connect. It's single target Rock Slide. Even if you're +1, you are weak to it. So yeah, goodbye Annihilate. And yeah, we've used our Trick Room terms effectively. We have a 3-2, well, we have a 4-1 advantage right here. But let's see who the last Pokemon is. If it's Roaring Moon, I just click Low Kick and Trick Room, which I imagine is Roaring Moon. Yep, Roaring Moon comes out. Yep. Not too surprising. Dark type for the Psyspam matchup. But at this point, let's see what booster energy you get. Speed. Yeah, that's actually worse for you. Is Trick Room actually still over? I actually don't even remember. No, there's actually one more turn of Trick Room. Okay. So I go for... I think I just swap out the Armarouge. I go into Brute Banette. Yeah, Brute Banette seems really good here. And I go for the low kick into the... I go for the low kick into you because you're probably just protecting to stall out the last Trick Room. Then I could Rage Powder, go for a low kick once again. And or Protect Spore also works here because I don't think Acrobatics KOs, but we'll see. Low kick gonna come out. Oh no, protects. And low kick actually just knocked out. What? Oh, that's a crit. I was about to say, yeah, Roaring Moon is pretty heavy, so it's still a really strong attack, but I would not expect a non-stab low kick to KO, but Stonjourner be able to put it into work. Okay, the power spot was actually pretty clutch, like how much damage I was just doing overall to my opponent. Plus the Rock Slide KO and the Annihilate. Fantastic, because I still was able to put on offensive pressure without helping hand from Indeedee. So yeah, Stonjourner able to clutch out here. Hatterene, Indeedee, Iron Hands, Iron Bundle, the Armarouge, and Meowscarada. Okay, this is kind of a weird matchup, mainly because you actually have quite a fast mode, and I can't tell if this is Flip Turn or this is actually like a Trick Room dedicated spot right here. So that makes it a little bit tricky. I do really like the Fluttermane here. I think Fluttermane's pretty good. I think Fluttermane plus Stonjourner actually might be the lead here because I just put on so much pressure with the Dazzling Gleam and Power Spot. It actually is like stronger than a Choice Specs in combination. So I do kind of like that. So I think I'm going to try it out. Let's go with the... Yeah, let's go with this combination. And then in the back, I think it's Brute Banette and then Armarouge back. Because I want to make sure that I want the Brute Banette here mainly just because it's good to switch in for Psychic type attacks, which I think is pretty huge here. And then I think the Armarouge can kind of help out against the Iron Hands, which is the main reason why I'm bringing it. My own Iron Hands could do work. It's good against the Iron Bundle, but I don't even know my opponent brings it against my team because it's not like it gets really important knockouts right here. So... And then Indeedee, it's not bad, but it could only really like Psychic the Iron Hands and reverse Trick Room, which Armarouge kind of can do the same thing. So it also just applies way more offensive pressure. which I think is way more valuable. So let's see how this is going to go. I do think my game plan, it depends on what their lead is, because I really have to anticipate the flip turn strategy here. And yeah, it looks like we're going to have a flip turn strategy. All right. So Stonjourner plus the... Okay. I do not like dealing with this. Okay. I mean, it is Quirk Drive. Interesting. Okay. I want to just click follow me in Shadow Ball. Or Wide Guard Shadow Ball. I mean, Wide Guard Shadow Ball. Wide Guard Shadow Ball isn't too bad. I'm surprised they led this when I could have led something like Unity or the Brupanet even. I kind of want to scout, but if I scout, it can get a little bit... Actually, if I scout, it's not too bad, right? I don't think it is. You know what? I think my play is just to Dazzling Gleam here and just Rock Slide. I want to see what they go for here. They go for a Terra immediately. Okay. But in order to be weak, you have to... Is it U-turn Diamond Bundle? Does it get it? Oh, I think it might be. I might have messed up actually here. Okay. So Terra Psychic here. All right. Yeah, it's U-turn. Okay, I forgot that Iron Bundle also gets access to U-turn. There's a weak armor, so it is going to get the speed. Maybe I should have wide guarded, but the thing is, if they anticipate the wide guard, then they go for armor cannon always, right? So I don't think it was really worth it here. But yeah, this is not an amazing spot here. It's playable, I guess, because I still have... No, this is definitely still playable. There should be Indy coming in. Yep. Indy comes in. Hopefully Rockslide does a decent amount here, because I'm really going to need it to do a decent amount here. That's going to be pretty important. And okay, Rock Slide. Oh, Energy Ball. Wait, that doesn't KO. No way. Yeah, Fluttermane has good Spadab. They definitely anticipate the wide guard. So Power Spot, Life Orb, Dazzling Gleam. As you can see, it does so much damage right there. And I'm able to go for a Rock Slide here. I guess if they went for Armor Cannon, they might have just went down a Rock Slide, and that wasn't a really great middle ground. But yeah, I'm surprised. Energy Ball. Normally you would see Aura Spear, but I will gladly take that. I will gladly take that. Okay, beautiful. No reason not to. I really thought it was the flip turn and they couldn't Terra, but that works. Iron Bundle going to come out. And what else are you going to bring out? What's your last tier? Masquerade. Okay, so they have fast stuff. I could still loot. Not really. I think if I sack both of these Pokemon, I'm like in a very good position. So I'm just going to Dazzling Gleam and I'm just going to go for a Rock Slide. They go for Icy Wind, which is fine. I could have Wide Guard, but it's whatever to me, because I think I win by going for the Terra with my Armor Rouge. Terra Grass should help me win the game. Flower Trick. Rodiant. Oh, that's even worse for them. They're now vulnerable to my Expanding Force, so great. The Stonjourner goes down. Okay. Beautiful. Actually, I could Terra Brupanet. Brupanet Terra also works here. Actually, yeah. Terra Brupanet works here. Although I don't resist the Flower Trick anymore, I suppose. Huh. Seed Bomb might not KO. Oh, actually, I think I just click Expanding Force. The question is, do I Terra here or not? The thing is, it's not Life Orb. So I feel like it's got to be Choice Band Meowscarada. And if it's Choice Band Meowscarada, Expanding Force should be pretty safe here. Oh, I completely forgot I don't have Rage Powder. That's Expanding Force. I guess it's okay, right? I think I'll live a Freeze Dry plus a Flower Trick, so I guess I go for the Protect Spore here. That was a little bit awkward. They kind of have to Hydro Pump or Freeze Dry here, because if they don't, they kind of lose to me getting up Trick Room. So they go for the Freeze Dry into the... Oh, they expected to Terra Grass. That makes sense. Okay. Which I agree with too. They go for a double with Flower Trick. Okay, yeah, I win the game now. Kind of forgot I didn't have the Rage Powder there. But Spore gonna come out into the Iron Bundle. Fast Asleep. Now I should just always 100% win the game, because I click Expanding Force and I go for the Seed Bomb here into the Iron Bundle, and that should always just be able to secure the win. A little bit close for comfort, but this should... I don't see a way you're KOing me, and this should be choice banded, like based off how you've been using this Flower Trick. Also the fact that you're Protean. Yeah, that looks like choice band damage. So able to get the Expanding Force or Seed Bomb first. Yeah, as I thought, like Sleep Bomb didn't KO. I needed to go for the support at perfect. Okay, 24 should KO. Yep, beautiful. All right, nice lead opening. Again, not expecting the energy ball. Might have been a different story if they, you know, clicked armor cannon. But if they clicked armor cannon and Rock Slide KO'd because of the weak armor and the fact that it was -2 defense at that point, then I would have actually been in a pretty solid position still. And if not, my backup plan was going into Arbor Rouge and click, and then I would probably have to play mind games with the Indeedee between like Protect Armor Rouge Psychic, Wide Guard on Expanding Force plus my own Expanding Force. Like I had a few options, but they were a little bit tricky, and luckily I didn't have to deal with them. Sylveon, Golden Go, Great Tusk, Murkrow, the Iron Hands, and Roaring Moon. Okay, kind of a weird. Great Tusk is just always kind of weird for my team to handle, but Golden Go as well alongside Roaring Moon. So Murkrow, it's kind of weird. I don't think you should bring it, but if they do bring it, it's a little bit awkward. Sylveon's actually a threat. I don't have the best Sylveon answers, because if I Terra in this matchup, I don't have a Hyper Voice resist with anything on my team. So that's a big concern. I want to say it's probably Indeedee Armorage. I'm usually hesitant to lead Indeedee Armorage because it's like most players will have a game plan against it. But at this point, it's just very consistent. And I'm trying to figure out what else could I really lead that's good for setting up Trick Room, because it's a little bit tough. I mean, maybe I could lead the Iron Hands here, because Iron Hands definitely could. The only problem is that Sylveon's pretty concerning. Oh, geez, this could be tough. I think I'm gonna go Iron Hands plus, you know what? I'm gonna go Iron Hands plus the Armorage here. Indeedee in the back, and then Stonjourner is the last. I don't like the Brute Banette here. It's not bad, but the problem is the Sylveon, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to Terra Brute Banette at all in this game. And then Flutter Mane is nice in the end game. It might be better, but I just can't confirm what my opponent's bringing, which is tough, because the Roaring Moon is always super threatening. Maybe I could have let Flutter Mane Indeedee. Flutter Mane Indeedee might not have been too bad, but Golden Go is such a problem with the Terra Steel, so I don't think that would be the right call. I don't think Helping Hand Life from Shadow Ball gets it, so let's see. Gonna be Sylveon plus the Roaring Moon. Okay. Battleground much, but okay. Booster Energy gonna be okay. This is pretty bad of a lead here. Flying, okay. Yeah, this lead might not have been great. I don't think Indeedee helped with redirection, but this lead looks tough from the get-go. Do I need help on the Iron? I mean, I don't need help on the Iron Hands. It's mainly just so I can do damage to Sylveon, because Wall Charge hits on the physically defensive side, which is weaker against. So I think Fake Out is fine into the Roaring Moon, just Trick Room. Let's see. Because I'm basically using the Iron Hands here for just helping me set up Trick Room and getting some chip damage. That's really all I needed. But that's pretty much like, yeah, it was better than Brute Banette because Hyper Voice Acrobatics, I would be forced to pop the Terra, and I don't think that's ever worth it here. So I was worried about a Great Tusk lead. They didn't lead it. Oh, they protect the Sylveon. Interesting. That actually works out huge in my favor, because I get a Fake Out off into the Roaring Moon, and I'm able to get a Trick Room off. Okay. I'd gladly take that. Okay. So getting damage on Sylveon's probably my main goal. I don't know if Roaring Moon protects or not. I feel like I really want to damage the Sylveon, and I mean really want to damage. So I'm gonna go for a Wall Charge here and an Expanding Force, I think. It's greedy, but I would really love the damage here, and I feel like Roaring Moon should probably... Does it protect here? I mean, Drain Punch would KO it. They could go for a Terra, but I'm not sure. It is an attack boost, so it's not going to KO me immediately, and I don't think Sylveon can knock me out either with Hyper Voice, even if it's a double up from Roaring Moon. I'm just worried a little bit about Armorage taking too much, but we'll see. I really feel like I have to play aggressive here, because I don't like my matchup into Sylveon right here. Oh, we see a Terra. That's not great here, because that means they went for a Terra on, okay, the Roaring Moon. I could have Wall Charged, but I don't think it's worth going for that read, because if I Wall Charge and they don't, I think like I'm in a worse spot, because I didn't even get damage into Sylveon, right? So, I mean, Stonjourner can definitely put in some work with Rock Slides, I guess. As you can see, the Sylveon is just super bulky, so it's like really hard for me to eliminate it. Expanding Force into Sylveon. Are you Citrus Berry? You're not. Okay. Hyper Voice going to come out. Iron Hands able to take it, as well as the Armorage. And what are you going for? Put into Iron Hands. Wow, that was a lot of... That's actually a lot less than I thought for a crit. Okay. Throat spray and then throat chop. Snarl. Okay. Wait, that works for me. Yeah, that works for me. Okay. Snarl, roaring moon. Interesting, but that doesn't work because I have Covert Cloak. So that's actually super convenient here. I get to go Entity here and just go for an Expanding Force very safely here. And I feel like Roaring Moon could probably survive one, but if its dark type is Snarl, I don't think it can. Maybe it can knock out Armor Reach with Acrobatics, but I'm very happy about this spot. Like, I don't see them breaking through this anytime soon. So we're gonna go Iron Hands. You might be wondering, hey, why are you not clicking Volt Switch? It's because even if they double protect this turn, I'm gonna go into Stonjourner the next turn and get the Power Spot Expanding Force. So I feel like I get more benefits than just like Volt Switch regularly here. So you see, we'll proc on the Entity. I don't think I need it for the rest of the game. I'll double check, but I don't think I do. We're gonna see Sylveon Retreat here. Okay, what do you bring out? Murkrow? Because it's the only dark type. I think that is Murkrow. Yeah, that's Murkrow. Okay, so they brought the Murkrow and they protect. Good protect on their part. All right. I mean, I can help me and Armor Cannon knock out the Murkrow. I don't think that's really worth it. I mean, I can double check. So Sylveon's the last Pokemon. Plus, I'd say Great Tusk, right? It should be Great Tusk. So I think my play is just to go Stonjourner here. And go for, I guess, I think I need Entity Health, because Entity Health is going to be important for helping dealing with the Great Tusk, especially since it can't Terra now, which is fantastic for me. So we're going to go for a Stonjourner and Expanding Force play here, because I basically get a KO onto the Roaring Moon slot. There's nothing that can switch into this other than maybe the Great Tusk with Focus Sash. That's pretty much the only reason. And then Murkrow, you run Protect, because that's going to be interesting, because Rock Slide Armor Cannon is also a play I can do in the last final turn. So let's see. Brave Bird is an option, which is why I don't want to tear out my Armor Reach right here. We're going to go Stonjourner, Expanding Force. This Psych Terrain plus Power Spot should obliterate the Roaring Moon, I'd imagine. It didn't obliterate it. Okay, that made the game a lot awkward. And by a lot, I mean a lot. Okay. That is very bad. That lived expected, but that's insane to me. Okay. I wish I could see how many turns of Trick Room are left, because I'm pretty sure that this is the last turn. Iron Hands is probably my play here. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what the best play is here. I think it's Iron Hands here, but I'm not 100%. It might be. Oh, this is so tough. Do I go Iron Hands here so I can go for like a Volt Switch and a Murkrow? But they can go into Great Tusk. I think Entity is probably better here. Okay. It's the last turn Trick Room, right? Yeah, it's the last turn Trick Room. I think my play is always the Rock Slide. They're always going to protect the... I think it's Iron Hands here. I want to say, oh, this is tricky. This is really, really tricky. I'm trying to figure out a way I can maneuver this, but it's like super tough. I think I go Iron Hands here. And you might be thinking, why am I making this play? So I can fake out the Roaring Moon on the last turn, because if they don't protect, they just go down to the Rock Slide, which is okay here, right? I need Entity Health, because Entity is the only Pokemon that can help me take on the Great Tusk in the back. And I assume Great Tusk is being brought here. We're going to see, yep, a Protect here. I don't know who you're foul playing. Stonjourner would be kind of bad if you did go for that. But yeah, you want damage for the Great Tusk, I think, on the Entity. So that makes a lot of sense to me. Rock Slide going to come out. Also, we're faster than a Murkrow, which actually really helps out here. Okay. Rock Slide. It should do 50%. Oh, 75. Wow. Okay. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Okay, that helps out a lot, actually. If it's Golden Go in the back, I just lose. I just realized if it's Golden Go in the back, I just lose. But I think it's Great Tusk. I think it's just super solid against my team. I'm just going to click Fake Out Rock Slide. If they Tailwind, it only affects the Sylveon, which is still kind of bad. But I still have Wide Guard and Entity, so I think I could probably play around it. This is just a super tough game. It's definitely close, though. I do think that with Entity at full health, I have a chance, especially breaking the Sash, especially if they give me both Pokemon here. Okay. So that's pretty big. Okay, Roaring Moon goes down. We're gonna see Tailwind. Oh, they went for foul play. Perfect. Oh, that actually works out huge in my favor, actually. Okay. Huh. That's huge for me. Because they didn't get a knockout this turn. They didn't preserve the Roaring Moon, which I'm a little bit surprised about, but let's see. Gonna be... Yep, Great Tusk. Okay. This is doable. This is doable. Sylveon comes out. Stonjourner should be faster than Sylveon. I mean, my play is always just to protect my Stonjourner and just Drain Punch here. Or not Drain Punch, Close Combat. Yeah. They used their Terra already, so Psychic Rock Slide looks so good in this end game. I just gotta hit Rock Slide, man. I just gotta hit a Rock Slide. Come on, Soldier. Just hit this. Just hit the Rock Slide in the upcoming turn, because I need it. I really do. You just need to do... Well, you need to hit both. You really need to hit both. If the Great Tusk has Substitute, which we have seen, and it goes for it, I cried. I cried. That's definitely another thing that could happen. Those are the only scenarios where I think I guarantee lose this game. So we protect Stonjourner, because I just don't see a reason why the Rock Slide if they go for like a Protect with Sylveon and like they target down my Stonjourner, for instance. So because I still need to get a Rock Slide off in the Sylveon, so my Indeedee doesn't take a Hyper Voice plus a Headlong Rush combination here. And it looks like it's going to be effective here. Hyper Voice into the Protect. Perfect. Psychic Terrain ends. We timed it perfectly. We can bring out our Indeedee and click Psychic here. All right. I think that we have this. I guess I Terra here because I didn't Terra at all this game. I Terra just to make sure the Rock Slide KOs the Sylveon. So we're going to go for Psychic here and a Rock Slide. We don't Trick Room because Trick Room's a throw. The Sylveon protects and Headlong Rush comes out into the Indeedee because then the Sylveon's faster than my Stonjourner and maybe my Indeedee, and I just guarantee lose the way. Unless the Sylveon is super fast, I don't think I lose this one. But... again, I have to hit Rock Slides, which is the big one right here. Terra Stonjourner. Terra Rock. Can we get the knockout? I'm so glad they didn't bring Golden Go too, because Golden Go was actually a threat too. But Great Tusk is just super big here. They went for Close Combat. They went for the Stonjourner. Okay. There's no way Sylveon's faster than me. There's no way Sylveon's faster than me. Just hit the Sylveon. Actually, all you have to do is hit Sylveon. Okay. Can we still lose? Okay, wait. Indee's faster than Sylveon. I think we're fine. Okay. Unless there's something crazy happening here. Like, I don't think oh, they Terra Blast. Oh, they expected Wide Guard. All right, goodbye, Stonjourner. But you have done... well, you didn't clean up the job. But, like, you could have just won that turn if you, like, hit the Sylveon. But you know what? You hit one of them. If I missed both that and if Focus Sash Great Tusk, then it would have been awful. But yeah, I want to say Psychic picks up the knockout Sylveon, and if not, 2 should. And I don't think a Hyper Voice crit knocks. I want to say it doesn't. The Sylveon switched out, so it lost the Throw Spray boost from earlier. So I don't think it can knock out. That was going to be forfeit. Stonjourner! Super clutch. I'm so surprised we didn't knock out that Roaring Moon, but we did seal it up. We did. That Great Tusk was so problematic though. Iron Bundle, Flutter Mane, a Great Tusk, Volcarona, King Gambit, and the Brupanet. Definitely looks like a scary team. Volcarona is actually a little bit tricky. We do have a Stonjourner, which is pretty important, and I do have to conserve it for this matchup right here. Do I want to go Flutter Mane mode? Flutter Mane mode's not bad, I guess. I'm thinking of combinations I could go for here. I feel like I have to bring Iron Hands. Oh, this is weird because I want to bring a lot of my Pokemon. Because if I don't have Indeedee, there's no Psychic Terrain. I'm a lot weaker. Because I really like the Iron Hands here specifically for the Dark types, which I think is really important. I want the Stonjourner for the Volcarona. I guess I don't need Flutter Mane, but having the Dazzling Gleam pressure is really nice in general right here. Or the Great Tusk. I like having my own... I like having the Brupanet too, because Brupanet's actually really solid. I actually don't know what I want to go here. This is actually a really tough one. Okay. I want to say I lead Stonjourner here. Or maybe Iron Hands. Iron Hands isn't too bad lead, I guess. Iron Hands plus the Armarouge might be okay here. Have the Stonjourner and the Fluttermane. Because the only problem I have with the Iron Hands, or if the only problem I have with the Stonjourner lead is even if they lead Volcarona, then it's kind of still awkward. Mainly just because of the fact that they could get a Quiver Dance up or just double up my Stonjourner because they got a lot of fast threats. And Stonjourner, even with max speed adamant, it's not really that fast here. So I don't think we're outspeeding a Volcarona. We're going to see the lead of Volcarona plus the Great Tusk, which is not too surprising. This is probably a really ideal lead for me here. I don't know if this is Quiver Dance or Struggle Bug. Either one's fine. Just don't be Covert Cloak for some reason on your Great Tusk and we'll be fine. We're going to go for a Fake Out and a Trick Room. And then next turn is going to be quite interesting here. Yeah, next turn would be quite interesting because I still don't know if this is support. We'll find out. Okay, Fake Out. So we break a Sash, which is actually really good. No Covert Cloak, which is nice. It is Struggle Bug, so it's support. Okay. That's ideal for me here. All right. So I do get Trick Room up. You're not Rage Powdering when I could switch into Indeedee here. I don't think that would be the case here. I think my play is always just to Volt Switch. It's a little bit complicated because the Volcarona is offering a Struggle Bug and that actually does do some pretty significant damage. I kind of wish I let the Fluttermane plus Stonjourner now, but then again, playing around a Sash Great Tusk is not super ideal. I think I have to Volt Switch out and I think I click Expanding Force. I mean, the Great Tusk I feel like shouldn't attack here, but if it is like a Assault Vest, that would be concerning. I think I will just try it. Yeah, they go for a Protect. Actually, maybe, no matter what, I had to call either if it was an Assault Vest set or if it was like, you know, a Protect set, because if it didn't Protect turn 1, I thought maybe there's a chance it is the Assault Vest set right there. And the reason I went for this play is because I could go for the Power Spot, Expanding Force, and then Rock Slide Pressure the following turn. But yeah, this isn't gonna work out exactly. Expanding Force. This should be Struggle Bug again. Oh, Will-o-Wisp. Actually, that's better for me. Okay. That's 100% better for me. All right. This is still tricky though because I got burned with my Stonjourner. Granted, I'm still pressuring the Volcarona slot, but yeah, this definitely gets tricky here. I think I'm definitely going to go for a Rock Slide here with Stonjourner. The question is there a Terra? I could definitely see a Terra coming out from the Great Tusk, like Terra Ground here. And if it's Terra Ground, I don't really have the best tools for it, right? I think I just got to go for like maybe an Armor Cannon and do as much damage as possible. I don't think this would be Earthquake Great Tusk because they don't have a flying type on their team. I am expecting the Terra here. So I'm going to go for Armor Cannon, I think, and just go for it. I could go for the Terra Grass, but the problem is I'm not knocking out Volcarona. We're going to see a retreat, actually. Is this Broopanette? Yeah, it looks like Broopanette, I think. Oh, Fluttermane. Wait, no, that's fine. I get some free damage. Double Swap's interesting here. Maybe they thought I was going Indeedee and Expanding Forcing. Okay, what's coming in? Oh, that's a nice Armor Cannon catch. Okay, I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. Okay, we get an Armor Cannon off into the King Gambit. We crit the Armor Cannon? No, we didn't, right? Or we were -1. That wasn't a crit. That just KO'd. Wow, that's not Assault Vest. I'm shocked. I'm absolutely shocked right here. Rock Slide going to come out into the Fluttermane. Nice chip damage even for the burned Stonjourner right here. I'll gladly take that. I'm glad I went for the Armor Kit. I thought they were just going to Terra and go into Great Tusk, but that works too. And it makes sense because they were trying to stall out Trick Room turns without having a need to Terra. But that's definitely not what I was expecting. But it definitely works out. I guess I covered that play looking back in retrospect because they had Dark type stat where like just weak to that. Okay, we're going to go for a Rock Slide here and just get more chip damage. And the Great Tusk is still a bit of an issue. But I believe that I definitely click Rock Slide here. I just don't know what I'm doing with my... What am I doing with you? Am I going Iron Hands here? Or am I just going to click Armor Cannon into the... I could click Armor Cannon. How many times are Trick Room left? 2, right? Yep, 2. Huh. This could be Rage Powder. I actually kind of like the Iron Hands play because Iron Hands is only meant for these 2 Pokemon. It doesn't do well now that I eliminate the King Gambit like way earlier than I thought I would. So King Gambit or Iron Hands can take the damage and it's not like too bad of a situation. We're gonna see Protect from Fluttermane. Cool. So this might be Strugglebug here. No, Terra is interesting. Yeah, Strugglebug. Volcarona's slower than my Stonjourner. That is, okay. Not what I expected, but that works. Rock Slide, please connect. I need damage on the Volcarona. Like, I really need some heavy damage in the Volcarona right here. Nice. Okay, beautiful. Huge damage to this Volcarona, actually. It is going to be one of the Citrus Berry sets, though, but that's all right. Okay. Does that mean... Well, the thing is, Strugglebug is a play here. I mean, I think I just... this is tough. They can switch out Flutter Mane, go into Great Tusk here on a wall charge. And Strugglebug right here, which I think would be pretty safe for them. I guess I'm just gonna Rock Slide here. Yeah, I'm just gonna Rock Slide, and I'm gonna fake out the Volcarona. Why not? Yeah, they are gonna make the Great Tusk play. I had a feeling. It was one of the two. It was one of the two. Of whether they were gonna go for Rage Powder plus an attack, or they were gonna go for a Strugglebug switch. I thought both made sense. No. Okay, no burn is nice. Or let's see, Rock Slide? Volcarona dodged. Okay. Unfortunate because Overheat's actually putting on a lot of pressure. That's okay. This is a match to return to normal, but the thing is, if you want to target the Stonjourner, you have to target with the Great Tusk, which is kind of weird for you. I'm definitely going to go for the Rock Slide. The question is, what am I doing with the Iron Hands here? But both of these Pokemon should be in... Actually, I think my play is always to protect the Stonjourner and go for the Volt Switch. No, yeah, this is the play because I'm faster than Volcarona Stonjourner. We confirmed that earlier. I like the idea of getting in my... Oh, they have Ice Spinner. Cool. All right. Nice. And Will-o-Wisp. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so it's Ice... Well, we know that you aren't Protect... Or we know you Protect on the Great Tusk, so it's Ice Spinner, Close Combat, Headlong Rush. Okay, so that should be your set. Volt Switch into the Volcarona. Perfect. And now we go out into Flutter Mane here. Flutter Mane should be super safe here to go for a Dazzling Gleam with how much damage we are putting on pressure right here. The only question is, can I beat the opposing Flutter Mane in the back? I think I can if I eliminate the Great Tusk here. And I'm hoping that it has... Depends on the Terra, I guess. I'm going to go for the Rock Slide here and a Terra Dazzling Gleam. This should KO the Volcarona easily. It's going to do a lot to the Great Tusk. If it's Steel Terra, that's the only concern, I guess. But I want to cover for Fire Terra too, potentially, which is why I went for Rock Slide. But maybe it was better to go for the Low Kick just to cover for the Steel Terra because they don't have a Steel type on their team. And I think it's less likely to have a Fire Terra when you have a Volcarona. So let's see here. This could be a mistake. We'll see. We'll see. It is Ground Terror. Okay, no, that works. That works fine. Although Low Kick was better. Let's see how much this Dazzling Gleam does, because there's a Life Orb Dazzling Gleam and the Great Tusk is in this Hold Vest, so that's a pretty big deal. Dazzling Gleam going to come out. It's... this is so much. Terra, Life Orb, Power Spot. Oh boy, that damage. That damage. Okay, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Get the KO onto the Great Tusk right here. Eliminated. Oh man, Stonjourner plus the Flutter Mane combination. It's so powerful, especially with the Terra. Power Spot's really coming to play here, and now I should win the game, right? Because last Pokemon is their own Flutter Mane. I think I sack my Stonjourner always and click Protect with my Flutter Mane because I'm pretty sure I always win the game with my... Yeah, I should always... Oh, actually, no, it should be fine here because they can't KO my Flutter Mane with anything. Maybe Choice Specs Moonblast, but if they lock themselves in a Moonblast, I win the game anyway. So let's go for the Dazzling Gleam plus Rock Slide here. Yeah, because I don't think they can knock out my Flutter Mane here, and then Armarouge should be able to clean up, especially with Stonjourner still around, because Dazzling Gleam crit shouldn't knock out Flutter Mane. It has good SPDF, so... but mine was with the Power Spot Dazzling Gleam. Alright, let's go over to games. Game 1, my lead was really strong into Maushold Annihilate and was able to do so much damage under Trick Room where they couldn't really bring it back. Game 2, I forgot about U-Turn as an option, but was able to eliminate the Armarouge early and had a very solid endgame with back Armarouge and Brute Banette. Game 3 was able to get solid damage under Trick Room and reserve my Entity to handle the Great Tusk endgame. That worked out really well. Game 4, catching the Kingambit with Armor Cannon was amazing for me. I was not expecting to knock it out, but it allowed me to believe that it was potentially Terra Steel Great Tusk, and I was able to push the advantage afterward for Stonjourner Flaming Cleanup. My friend Stonjourner Team. Okay, it was pretty funny because we weren't sure about it when we were talking about the team like a couple of days before the event, but ended up doing really well. And did you know that he also built the Hallelujah team as well that we used a couple of episodes ago? Make sure you check out that video if you haven't already. But if you want to check out the creator or the details of the team, they'll be linked in the description down below. And you can use the rental code that's on your screen now. And why not check out the rest of my videos for more VGC content.